Good afternoon and welcome to today's Clergy Check-In for Monday, May 10th. This Shabbat we begin the fourth book of Torah, the book Bamidbar, which means in the wilderness, but in the English we know it as Numbers, because at the very beginning of this book, Moses is commanded to take a census of all of the Israelites. He is to know each person, specifically men over the age of 18. And therefore, they continue in terms of looking at the various households and the tribes and what their roles and restrictions were going to be moving forward. Eventually, we come to a very important parasha called Parashat Shalach or Shalach Lecha, in which Moses is commanded to send out the scouts to look at the land. It's fascinating that from the time of the census, when each person thought that they had a bright future and that they were going to be entering the land and they were going to be settled and every family knew what they needed to be doing, what we find is that in Parashat Shalach, it is when the spies come back and report negatively, except for Caleb and Joshua, and the Israelites believing them, that God says this group is not ready to continue into a new land, but they must die off in the wilderness and allow the next generation raised in freedom to enter that land. I can only imagine how hard it could have been for the Israelites during the next 38 years, for this census takes place in year 2. And so for 38 years, they're going to wander, seeing their friends, their relatives die, and knowing that they are doing this to secure a future for the next generation. I think each one of us, as we continue in life and we embrace change all of the time, that when we think of what is important, it's about that next generation, of ensuring that we provide that generation with a better opportunity than what we had ourselves. And that means in terms of caring for the earth, it means in terms of how we treat one another. And even when we feel tired, as I'm sure the Israelites felt more than once in that wilderness journey, even when they were perhaps seriously depressed, that they continually were able, at least a good portion of them, to keep their eye on what the ultimate goal was after having left Egypt, that they were going to die and the next generation was not only going to continue, but was going to thrive in the new land. As we continue into the week ahead, into the counting of this Omer and arriving at Sinai as a nation, let us always remember our own values that have motivated us, have kept us strong, have kept us in line throughout all of our journeys in life. And to remember that it is entrusting to the next generation, as Honi, the circle maker, taught us when asked about the tree that he planted. And he said the tree wasn't for him, for he knew he was not going to live to see it grow and bear fruit. But the tree was for the next generation, and for that he felt grateful. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe.